What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your girl, Crystal LeVay, and I am coming at you with a video today about Yelp reviews. And I know by the title, you're probably thinking, what the hell is this girl about to say? And yes, I am clapping back at these Yelpers. I am. We're doing it. But I'm hoping that this video is educational and kind of helps you think twice before you leave a bad Yelp review. Hopefully it's just not a video about me ranting. I can't make any promises. But without further ado, let's just jump right on into the video. Okay, so I am super passionate about this subject. I have maintained a 5-star Yelp review. You know what? Let me just pull this up real quick on my phone. I have maintained 5 stars on Yelp at 237 reviews. All the girls at House of Wax take pride in our Yelp reviews. We are always looking at Yelp. And so this is why I decided to do this video, just to come on here and let you know what these Yelp reviews do to us. So first and foremost, I wanted to talk about what the negative Yelp reviews do to a business. Obviously, having negative Yelp reviews, you already know, is not a good thing. So I wanted to come on here and educate people on when it would be appropriate to write a bad Yelp review. So people take Yelp as a place to just vent, and I don't think that's fair to the business. From a business owner standpoint, what you need to realize is that the Yelp reviews are going to follow the business owner for the rest of their life. When you are writing a Yelp review on an employee of the business, most likely that employee isn't going to be there for the rest of their life, but the owner is going to be there for the rest of their life. So what I always do when I don't really write a ton of Yelp reviews, but if I were to write a negative Yelp review, I would take these steps. So first, if I had a bad experience at a place, I would call first and see what the business can do for me. Now, don't get me wrong. If you just had a horrible experience and it is not fixable, like you went to a restaurant and got food poisoning, or you came to a waxing facility and we ripped your skin off and you had like all these issues, that's a reason to write a bad Yelp review. That is completely understandable. However, if you come to like a waxing place and your review has to do with the fact that they left hairs behind, did you call the shop to see what they would do for you if that was the case? Because I don't think that's detrimental to a service. Obviously, you're going in to get a wax because you want everything to be super clean. We get that. But sometimes you may see hairs that we don't see, and vice versa. So I would definitely recommend calling the shop first and asking them what they could do for you. And then from there, you can assess the situation. So if you called them and they were like, okay, so then a Yelp review would be necessary. But if you called them, generally, majority of the waxing places I've ever known give you a complimentary touch-up. So we do have a complimentary touch-up at House of Wax. It is a 5-day complimentary touch-up because basically anytime after that, your hairs could be growing back, especially if you're first time to waxing. Within a week, you may see hair growth back just because there's different hair growth cycles. If you're interested in knowing all about that, just leave me a comment below and I'll make a video on that, on why you might see hairs quicker one time than the other, blah, blah, blah. So I won't go too far into that, but give the business an opportunity to fix the problem before going on Yelp and venting about it. Our main issue with Yelp currently is that any negative Yelp has nothing to do with the service that we are providing, and majority of the time nothing to do with the customer service. Every once in a while they'll throw the customer service under the bus because they're angry that they didn't get something their way, but pretty much every negative review on our site is going to be about our Groupons. So we offer a first-time Groupon for our clients. So you come in for the first time, you are able to get the Groupon. Or we even say, even if you've been here before and you've never had the Groupon, go ahead and purchase the Groupon, get yourself a deal, girl, okay? But there's a lot of people in our business that try to use the Groupon over and over and over again. And on the Groupon itself, it says that it's one per person. And then it also says that you can get one as a gift. So what people try to do is they try to go in and get a Groupon, and then they try to gift themselves a Groupon. And it's like, no, it's one per person. So you can only use a Groupon one time, regardless if someone gifted it to you or not. You can only use the Groupon one time. What you can do if someone gifts you the Groupon, you can bring the Groupon in and pay the rest of the price. So that would be a discount to you from your friend, basically. But at the end of the day, if you were doing that for yourself, it would make no sense because you would still be paying the same amount. Just stay off of Yelp for venting purposes. Give the business an opportunity. Remember that when you are writing about an employee and you didn't give the owner a chance to fix a situation, that is gonna stay with the owner for the rest of their life, and then it's gonna erase from the employee as soon as they get another job or something like that. So, I mean, for the most part, the girls at House of Wax are here to stay at House of Wax, but things happen, things change. The one person that I thought would be with me forever moved to Las Vegas. Like, life happens, you know? So I will give you an example of a poor Yelp review. It is 3 stars, so it's not terrible. But obviously, if we're trying to maintain a 5-star rating, 3 stars are a little bit detrimental to us. So here is the review. My cousins and I each bought the $75 Groupon deal. We loved it, and Victoria. She's so nice, quick, and made us feel really comfortable throughout the whole process. She definitely made our first time experience a memorable one. Located in the plaza right off the freeway near Starbucks, it's small and clean. They'll take you into a private room and even accommodate groups, which was what we did. Victoria is professional, and it took about 10-15 minutes for down under wax, including the booty. It also is easy to make and cancel appointments. So why not 5 stars? Customer service is a huge factor. When we finished our Groupon deal, we verified twice with the front desk if we could purchase the same Groupon deal again. We even verified a 3rd time right before we bought the deal. Once we drove 30 to 40 minutes from home and presented our voucher, we were told we were not able to use the same voucher twice. According to them, they are unable to accept the voucher which each of us got as a gift from family. Even after we told them, we called ahead and verified. It was really upsetting. I even asked them to show the policy that states what they were telling me because it was an honest mistake, but they just repeated the same thing back to me as if I couldn't understand them the first time. I understand their concern regarding people abusing the voucher and advise them to change their policy with Groupon so it wouldn't happen again. I also understand there was a miscommunication when each of us called and were told different things. I also understand it says limit 1 per person, but thought it meant you could only buy 1 at a time. In conclusion, you can purchase each option once per person. Option A, $75, can go 3 times, or option B, 1 time each person. So let's talk about this review. It is very lengthy, it had a lot of words, and very contradicting, okay? So first, she tells everyone that this is a great place, and thank you for that. We really appreciate that part of it, that you took the time out to write something positive. Now we go into customer service being a huge factor because they called for the Groupon. Now, let's be honest. I'm a human being. We're all human beings. We all understand if we call 1 time and someone tells us yes 1 time, we don't call back 2-3 times. That's yes, we're good to go. Now she states she called 3 times. I don't understand why you would have to call 3 times if you got a yes the first time. Am I right or am I right? So that was a little bit contradictory to me. I was like, why would you call a second and a third time if you already got the answer that you were looking for? So that was interesting. And then she goes into talking about how she understands why we have this policy so that people don't abuse the voucher. And she says that we should change our policy with Groupon so it wouldn't happen again. But then she says she understands that on Groupon it says limit 1 per person. So that is a policy that we already do have set with Groupon, that it is limit 1 per person. Now, I don't know, and maybe you can leave me a comment down below. I don't know where people's brains go when it says limit 1 per person. They just think that it means you can only buy 1 at a time. I'm like literally not trying to be like, I just legitimately don't understand it. Like, I feel as though limit 1 per person actually makes sense. It means that you can only use 1 voucher per person, not 1 voucher at a time. So maybe someone can explain to me how to better put that on Groupon. I don't even know if Groupon would change that because it is Groupon's policy as well. And so that is what they put on majority of the Groupons, if they have that agreement with other people. So I don't know. My main reason for coming on here at the end of the day is just to make sure to educate people on when is appropriate to write a negative Yelp review. If you went in and had an awful service that there's no coming back from, write a bad Yelp review. If you go in and you have a service that isn't so great, but it is fixable, you give them a call, they won't do anything about it for you, write a bad Yelp review. If you go through the steps, and you're just really not satisfied, write a bad Yelp review. But I don't think it's fair to write a Yelp review based on the fact that you couldn't get it your way. I don't think it's fair to write a bad Yelp review based on like something as simple as leaving hairs behind. Yes, I get it. You come in to get waxed to get everything completely cleaned. But that's not going to happen every single time because hair growth is different. We can get into that in a further video if that is necessary. But hair growth is different for everybody. And if you're not doing your job at home by exfoliating and moisturizing, you're not going to get the cleanest results. I can promise you that. Unless you're just really lucky. And in that case, we all hate you. But just think before you go and write a bad Yelp review. I feel like right now, Yelp is just it is a platform for people that just get upset and go write something right away, and they don't care about how that affects other people. Like I'm saying, for example, you go to Target, okay? And you write a bad Yelp review about that employee, and that employee quits tomorrow. What did you do for yourself, really? And everyone's just gonna shop at Target, so that's probably a really bad example because, it's Target, so who's wasting their time to write a bad Yelp review about Target? Yeah. But again, my point was just to educate people on when it is a good time to write a bad Yelp review. We are very blessed to continue our 5-star Yelp review streak. I have been on my own for about 4 years now, and it has been 5 stars ever since I started. So I am super excited about that. I did not come on here to necessarily vent about people writing bad Yelp reviews. We're gonna get them. I know that. When I got my very first one, I was crushed for like days, maybe a week. Let's not talk about it. But now I've kind of learned that that's just the nature of the business. You're gonna please some people and some people aren't gonna be pleased, but at the end of the day, all you can do is try your best and work your butt off. And at the end of the day, the negative Yelp reviews really do help us because we do take them to heart. We take them to the meetings, we talk about it, and we talk about how to make it better and what we can do in certain situations. We continuously get these Groupons and we keep bringing it up in the meetings on how we cannot get these Groupon Yelp reviews, but it's just gonna happen because people aren't happy that they can only use one. However, if we allowed you to use Groupons over and over again, we would probably have to shut down our business because there's just not that much money in that. It's more of a marketing tool for us than it is to make money. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate all the love and support that I get, you know, from people from school, like high school, people that I went to esthetician school with. Obviously, don't have a bunch of subscribers like I would like to, but hey, if one person is watching my video and it's helping someone out there, then I am blessed. So again, and maybe it just gives you an opportunity to get to know me as a person a little bit more and where my heart is coming from. So again, thank you. I love you all, and I will catch you in the next video.